what does your onboarding process look like? Because you kind of touched on it already.
Yeah. Oh, good question. I don't think anyone's asked me that before. And so when someone reaches out to our website, you get there, there's a big like join mailing list option on the top right. And as an LP, and as a limited partner or a passive investor myself, what I experienced when I was doing my own research, when I went to all these different real estate company websites, was that anyone can get in. And we wanted to still have an experience where people felt like it's not exclusive. It's not like we branded it a club. We're actually changing that just to be totally transparent for everyone out there. This is how we roll. We decided club sounded too exclusive. Like we didn't want it to be something that's hyper exclusive. We really believe at our core at Madison Investing, everyone should be able to have access to these things. Now there's a $50,000 minimum per deal. So that clearly keeps it to a certain level of economic and financial status. But that said, the principle sticks. So you go there, anyone can fill out the form. I will reach out once they do that with a link to my calendar. Someone can book a time on my calendar. We have to have that conversation. And so there's a lot of folks, I bet they go to our website and I see their names come through sometimes multiple times, and they sign up and they think I'll just add them onto our mailing list because they keep trying. They do have to talk to me. I promise I won't bite. 99% of people that I talk to end up thinking it's a really fun and engaging and educational conversation, but it's really 30 to 60 minutes. And I want to know, what are you trying to do with this stuff? Like, is this even a good fit? Are you going to get what you're looking for out of this? Because, we share a newsletter once a month, really simple, with good educational content, like meaningful, actual educational content for people, and talking about deals that are likely to come. And then we share investment opportunities. And so those are the two things that we share. So in order to do that the right way, we have to make sure we're operating compliantly. So I want to get to know people on that phone call. After the phone call, though, I share some resources and some more education for them, because even if a person's brand new to this passive investing in multifamily stuff, you have to acknowledge there's an education and ramp, because on these deals, people don't just wire over. Like as a passive investor, we don't just wire over $50,000 and do that on a handshake. You're sent a document that is like a 100-page long plus legal document called a PPM, a private placement memorandum. That's the thing that pulls the whole deal together. That's the thing that states the disclosures of the risks and the financial structures and all these things. It's like a home disclosure before you buy a home. And so that's the best point of reference I can give people for when they're trying to wrap their heads around, how does this stuff actually work before I pull the trigger on joining on a deal. But that's our onboarding process. Is I'm going to go and talk to people on that call. I want to know, why are they doing this? What kind of position are they in to be partnering on these deals? Are they wanting to do this in 2 years? Which is fine. I literally, right before this call today, John, I got a guy who he canceled his onboarding call, which happens sometimes, and that's fine. But he said, we're not ready to invest yet. And I said, that's fine. We're not going anywhere. We're going to be here. But please know, most people that join, I don't even have like a deal to show someone right now, and we don't. I want to get to know people outside that context, because this is a long-term relationship game, and that underpins all this stuff. Is that even if someone never invests with us, I want them to walk away a promoter of this business, and a promoter meaning they're willing to tell their friends because they had such a positive experience. They got value out of it. They got education out of it. And that has now repeatedly happened for us, where we actually onboard someone, they're on our list. They have not invested, and they might never, but they've referred 2 to 3 other people that already have. And that comes from taking the time. That comes from taking the time, maybe even 2 to 3 hour-long conversations with certain people. So anyways, you asked a very specific question, and I gave you too wordy of an answer, but
you gave the perfect answer, and I love it. I love the fact that you noted that it's a compliant call. To stay compliant, right, you have to get to know the investor. And it's, it's some of these offerings, the 506Bs, where you have to have the relationship tied in. And yes, if you go the other way with the Cs, the 506Cs, a third party is probably going to vet their net worth, right? So most likely, because they're looking for accredited investors, and you can market the deal. And the way to get to the deal is to have the call, right? So yes, investors have to understand that they don't have to invest on the first deal that comes by as well. they can take the time and see the process and basically get to know and feel how the operations works out, right? So it's just a
Totally.
process to get familiar with, and I know you're doing a lot of educating on that side, and I love that and I appreciate that, and thank you for sharing that, because the onboarding process is something I feel like people get intimidated by, but it's just a conversation and a few forms and documents. That's it. It's just a few forms.
That's
That's
right.
it. In a call. That's it.
That's all it is. Yeah. And frankly, like stylistically, I think we all can agree everyone wants a different, everyone's looking for something different out of a relationship with a partner. And um, I think if someone is in a mindset where they want a purely transactional relationship, meaning they don't really want to get to know the people on the other side, go to a crowdfunding platform, please. You know, and I say that because that's more transactional. And I'm probably the only person, I don't know if I'm the only person, but one of the only people in the space who will say stuff like that, John, because I don't want someone to come in and ever partner with us unless they feel 100% comfortable and excited to do something. If someone